Kol Haloyim La Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shah Bahashem Rekakwadash. I want to give a double honors to the apostles and elders that prophesied and rule well for the hope of 144 and the 1/3 of Yasharallah, who this world refers to as Israel, starting at the house of Great Millstone. Shalom to you Akim, who teach and learn in sincerity. Shalom to the Akwif, who learn in sincerity. It's your brother Kanan out the Indianapolis camp. And I want to name this Liar, Liar, soon to be consumed by fire. This is Isaiah 10:1. Woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees and that write grievous which they have prescribed. Okay, this video is going into Sleepy Joe's ass back in the day, setting up legislation to get you so-called African Americans, Native Americans, Hispanics put in the back in the chains and locked down in the plantations, which are prisons, off of crack, which they prescribed to us. They gave us the recipe. Okay, E40 said cocaine was a rich man's type of high, until all of a sudden in the 80s came crackhead Betty, something to that extent. Okay, so we know the government pushed that shit on us to keep us locked down in chains. Okay, once again, we was never freed. They just came up with prescribed new prescriptions to keep us locked down. Okay. You're looking at the Fair Act use copyright, so I can do these videos. I can use these clips because I'm not using them for sales purpose, but for education. With that being said, here we go.
For drug and criminal offenses in this United States. 230 new penalties. And these penalties range from an automatic 5 years in jail for any person caught with a rock of crack cocaine, a piece of crack cocaine as small as a quarter. I don't have a quarter with me, but if you visualize what one looks like, yeah, I do have a quarter. If you have a piece of crack cocaine no bigger than this quarter that I'm holding in my hand, 1/4 of $1. We passed a law, with the leadership of Senator Thurmond and myself and others, a law that says you're caught with that, you go to jail for 5 years. You get no probation, you get nothing other than 5 years in jail.
Let's get this point out the way. If you see Donald's son, you could tell he's high every time he's on TV. He's always off cocaine. The difference is Donald Trump ain't the one who wrote the legislation to have you so-called African Americans, Native Americans, and Hispanics thrown in prison and put away for the same acts that they would partake in. Okay? This is Psalms 58:2. Yea, in heart and the mind ye work wickedness. Ye wait the violence of your hands in the earth. Once again, what was the point of writing that quarter size of crack, which they gave us to take, which they put on our people to inflict us, putting you in prison for all those years? Okay? The wicked are estranged from the womb. They go astray as soon as they're born, speaking lies. Okay? You think back when Joe introduced that legislation about the crack, that everybody in his family was clean, that all their noses was clean and nobody was partaking in these drugs and all of these such things. Everybody was just on the up and up, and he just seen this drug problem as being such of a problem to the world. No. These are traps, the snares and traps that they set for our people. For our people, you so-called Native Americans, Hispanics, and African Americans. And I said that backwards, but we all the same. It's all Yasharallah. Psalms 64, starting at 6. They search out iniquities. They accomplish a diligent search, both the inward thoughts of every one of them. Okay, so they have think tanks. How did they come up with the crack off the cocaine? How did they decide that they was going to push it on us and then lock us up for it? Okay, and try to throw away the key. And their heart, once again, their mind is deep. But Yahweh Bashem Yahushai shall shoot at them with an arrow. What arrows? IBMs, nukes. Suddenly they shall be wounded. That's right. So they shall make their own tongues to fall upon themselves. All that see them shall flee away. All right. And here's an example of that right here. Thought you got away with it, Joe, didn't you? I don't hear this. I ain't think so. We're going to go back.
Hey, everybody. Tim Burchett just left the most ridiculous meeting of all time with the Secret Service over the cocaine that was found in the White House. So it turns out they don't know who did it. The investigation's going to be over at the end of the week, and they're not going to find out who did it. And that's basically it. Another cover-up. You know, it's the most secure building in the entire world. You can't go in there. They have facial identification. You got to get your social security number. Nobody, even the press, nobody goes in there without them knowing. This is a bad look on the Secret Service and a horrible look on this White House. So more cover-ups continue.
Now, is it not obvious to you that he's right? We talking about the White House. Ain't nothing moving through that damn thing unless it's orchestrated. Even in the movies, we see that. You cannot just go up in the White. I know with the dude just came in, the cleaner just came in and dropped the bag of cocaine on the floor. No. And even if that happened, wouldn't it be on surveillance? Fuck yeah. These people are just wicked, man. This is Psalms 73:5. They are not in trouble as other men, neither are they plagued like other men. But now we know that those plagues are coming upon them, okay? Therefore, pride compassed them about as a chain wrapped around them. Pride goes before destruction. Violence covers them as a garment. Once again, what was the point of Joe introducing that a quarter size of crack will have you thrown in jail, prison for years upon years? Because they're violence. Okay? It's that simple. All right? And this is what how the Lord's going to handle them. Okay? This is Obadiah. One and 3. The pride, once again, the pride of thy heart have deceived thee. Thou that dwelleth in the clefts of the rocks. We know that's who that is. That's Edom with these high risers. It was the Romans. It's the Romans today, reincarnated. Whose habitations is high, that saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground? Though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, the most prideful bird, and though thou set thy nest amongst the stars, your little space stations, your little satellites, thence I will bring thee down, saith Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Okay? So your pride's going to lead you to your destruction. And while Joe was sitting there smiling, talking about all that crack shit, look at the pathetic case he's in now. But I will say this. Joe was right about that MOTB, and look at the position he's in right now. And the courts have the same people that he told will be ruling on that. So pay attention, because it's coming down the pipe very quick. And once again, I named this liar, liar, soon to be consumed by fire. So if they got to go, the people got to go with them. And with that, I pray that this was edifying. Shalom.